Thank you very much. Welcome, Mamlaka TV, Mr. Talanta Africa. Once again, Talent's Bell Show. A show that is real, relevant, and relational. And I'm your guy, Mr. Talent. Na leo tuko na mambo moto. Due to public demand, guys have been asking me about this thing, child protection. Sababu Kenya kuna maneno mob, vitu mingi sana ambazo zinafanyika. And child protection is key and an important thing in our lives. And I want to assure every person outside there who is old enough, if you are not protected, maybe you couldn't be where you are. And child protection is a key thing, especially in a time when we have dysfunctional families, we have things that are not going on well. And so what I did is, I'm not an expert in that. Me, I'm a psychologist. Okay, I do a bit of it and I sign documents as a child protection. But I came up with someone who has a passion for the same. Na atatueleza yeye ni nani, atatueleza story kuhusu child protection and pia atatuambia kama siri yake ni smile. Maybe protecting a child you need a smile so tutajua. So asante sana, karibu.
Asante sana Mr. Talent.
Yes.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I don't take it for granted. My name's Jane Wambui and I work with children. And I have a passion to work with children.
Yes.
And as far as this topic is concerned, that we are discussing today, child protection, this is something that is very, very important to all of us, wherever you are you are seeing us from, because kwa Kiswahili inamaanisha kulinda haki za watoto.
Kulinda. Na ninasikia
haki za watoto.
Na ulipokuwa unakuja niliambiwa pia wewe ni pastor. Is it true?
Yes, mimi ni mchungaji.
Pastor, unahubiri wapi?
Nahubiri hapa Nakuru.
Chachi yako iko na watoto?
Yes.
Nakuru wapi? Unajua Nakuru ni kubwa, Nakuru is a city.
Hapa Kiratina.
Oh, Kiratina.
Yeah.
Okay. Unaweza tuambia hiyo jina la hilo kanisa? Unajua niko na watu wawili waendagi kanisa. Madhenge ambaye ni producer wako na Kariuki pia hana kanisa, haiwezi julikana ni kanisa gani. Na pia kuna mwingine anaitwa Grace. Sasa sijui kama Grace ameanza, lakini Grace ni kama ameanza. Sawa, watu watatu. Unaweza waambia maybe wanaweza kuja kwa hiyo kanisa.
Okay, kanisa letu linaitwa Faith Gospel Outreach. Faith inamaanisha kibali.
Okay.
Kija pale unapata kibali kutoka kwa Mungu na your life will never be the same again. They are welcome.
So Madhege, Kariuki, muende kanisa. Now, child protection. Tell us, is it an important thing? Is it something that is so important?
It's very, very important. Kwa sababu tunaongea kuhusu kulinda haki za watoto, meaning that mtoto is an individual who is below the age of 18 years. And therefore, that particular individual cannot make concrete decisions in relation to his or her life. And therefore, a child needs an adult, a mature person, who understands all the different areas of life to be able to help this particular child to make informed decision.
Okay.
And these 4 areas of development could be social, emotional needs of that particular child.
Yeah.
They could be physical needs of that particular child. They could be cognitive needs of that particular child.
Yeah.
And basically, all in addition to spiritual needs.
Spiritual, cognitive, emotional,
and physical
needs.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask. Tulifika hapo wapi aje? Like at what time tulianza kufunguka macho, hey, watoi hawaangaliwi, nobody is taking care of their rights and all these things?
I would say in the society, hata penye tu, wherever you are from,
yeah,
tumekuwa tukisikia cases of child abuse. Ya kwamba haki ya mtoto imedhulumiwa. Na kwa hivyo, anybody who is really or have a passion for children, of course will have an interest. Now that the light of a child have been abused, how can this child be protected?
Okay.
That is why child protection is a key thing that all of us need to embrace. So that this particular child will be able to grow into a mature adult who is well developed in 4 areas of development as we have stipulated. Yeah.
Now, nasikia watoi, especially now umesema ni age 18 kuja chini. Lakini nimesikia ma teenagers 13 to 18 wakisema maisha ni yako, shughulika na maisha yako, sijui nini, alafu wanasema sipangwigwi. So how do you bring out protection to a child who believes me sipangwigwi?
So I would say, once you hear such terms that the teens are stating, of course that one, it's an eye-opener. That this is an individual, this is a teenager who needs protection already. So actually, probably you are there and you are thinking, who is this particular teenager that needs protection?
Yeah.
Such particular terms opens your eye and you are like, now this one is one of the cases that I need to assist. Because at that particular age with those statements, of course, there is an indication that this particular child, if not well guided and mentored, then life might be very, very difficult for him or her.
Jane, kuna kitu ningetaka kukuuliza. Like, I'm walking around the nation. Like, I do that a lot, and so many of us also do that.
Yeah.
Now, my question would be, at what point
Yeah.
should I know that a child is not protected?
Okay. There are different signs that are indicators. There are different indicators that indicate that this particular child is not well protected. And I flash back on what I termed as child abuse. Once a child has been abused, there are indicators that comes along with that.
Yeah.
And there are different types of abuse. One of abuse could be sexual abuse. And there are signs or indicators that would help somebody to know, and this particular child has been sexually abused.
Okay.
Another form of abuse is emotional abuse, equally with indicators. Another form of abuse is physical abuse, equally with indicators. So there are different forms of abuse with their stipulated indicators which could show this particular child is not well protected. For example, an emotionally abused child would have aspects like withdrawal syndrome, whereby in a setup where children are maybe in school or wherever they are, this particular case withdraws. Ama anapenda kukaa peke yake.
Anajihurumia.
I would relate to such.
Okay.
Such that this particular case feels like I'm not part and parcel of the larger group. And so, as a child advocate, as a person who has a passion to protect the rights of children, you'd definitely note that there's a case that I need to bring closer to me so that this particular case can open up. And then from there, the process begins.
Hey, great things. Na mkumbuke tuko Tumaini Cottages. Our SMS line is there on your screen. And it is indicated. You can send your text, you can send your comments. Wanajaribu kuniambia niangalie. Unaweza iona, but Jane, kuna kitu. Are there indicators that you can identify, like uone ndio hile? Ile ni mark, ile ni sign, ile ni signal ya kuonyeshana huyu mtu anahitaji protection.
That one again, we reference to the form of abuse that an individual has that particular child has gone through. For example, if it's physical abuse, of course there will be a physical mark.
Okay.
For example, a child could be abused by burning. So you would see a burn. You'd see the skin of this particular child, there is a mark of a burn. So definitely that one, you're able to identify.
Na kama alianguka kwa moto?
Once you see that particular indication,
yes,
that is now where you start the process of following up and engaging this particular child. What happened? Then from there you'll be able to get the details.
Is there a struggle between maybe tuseme mtoto mwenye yuko abused ama mtoto mwenye anahitaji protection wangu, and then you guys, you as an expert or a passionate person, ume-identify huyu mtoto anahitaji protection. So do we have like, is there a struggle between me, the owner of the child, and you, the protector?
In issues of child protection, depending on who have abused the particular child.
Okay.
There are instances whereby the caregiver, either the biological parent or maybe a caregiver could be somebody else related to the child, probably an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, and so on. So, in case the person who have abused this particular child is related to, and you have identified that the child has been abused, then even the process of following up could bring a strain. But again, as a child advocate, you have to press on so that you are able to protect the light of that particular child.
Na nikikuchapa?
That one should not stop you from...
Hata ukichapwa unasonga?
As long as you have the passion to protect the rights of children, you dedicate yourself and you say, whatever happens, but I will stand strong so that this child can be able to get his or her rights.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it a good job? Ni kitu yani tamu, yani like kuprotect watoi ni kitu mzuri na kupea raha.
Being a passion from God himself. Biblically, there are so many biblical references indicating on the need to protect children.
Okay.
Therefore, that one gives you the energy to continue, knowing that I have the backup of God himself who created this particular child, and therefore I'll press on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have challenges like nimeamua kuprotect. Unajua sasa unaweza kuprotect wa madhenge. Na madhenge kumbe kamera haileti pesa, unaona? So jamaa amepotea juu si hata kukataa kupeleka mtoto shule, it's an abuse.
It is.
And that child needs to be protected because we must all go to school, especially in this tenure of free primary education and all that.
It is true.
So do you have challenges?
Of course, as far as child protection is concerned, there are challenges which would come along with that, and you can face them as an advocate for children. However, there are so many stakeholders who you can work closely with, or who we work closely with, so that we ensure the rights of children are well protected.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are the nyumba kumi elders part of the children protection, or do you have to engage them?
They are part and parcel of that.
Okay.
And they are very helpful.
Okay, okay. Kwa hivyo ni kumaanisha area yenye iko na advocate, watoto haezi fast mpaka wakufe.
Of course, that one shouldn't and can't happen.
And when we pick on that, and I'm not trying to maybe delve into that, but do you think also there is spiritual abuse in our days?
Of course there is. I think it's all over. We can see all what is happening, and therefore that is an area that needs to be really looked up to. Yeah.
So what can we do to protect people, children especially, from being abused and spiritually?
Basically, it's giving them the right teaching. They understand the right content, the right biblical teaching, which are age categorized, so that they're able to internalize and understand. And equally, making sure their caregivers are well conversant with the same, so that any other doctrine that is brought along, already there is a foundation that has been planted that is strong, that cannot be removed by this other particular doctrine that is not right. But if the foundation is not there, it means any other thing that will be planted in the life of this particular child, that child will absorb that. Yeah.
Do you think maybe this will be the last thing? Do you think like there is an area of the parent in protecting a child?
Absolutely, yes.
What is that area? Is there a position?
Actually, we say the primary caregiver. The primary caregiver, the parent, the biological parent, that particular person should be in the front line of offering protection to that particular child.
Yeah.
And so, we also need to enlighten the community on issues of parenting, so that there will be no ignorance as far as parenting is concerned, which could again lead to abuse.
Wow. This is great. You know, hii show ni double. Inaitwa double show. And we came here, I have this guest. Nataka nimpe your final remarks so that I may bring the other person. The next portion will have another guest mwenye atatuambia stories za domestic violence. Na watu wanapigana siku hizi. So atakuja kutuambia, unajua wewe hujaipigwa, sasa huwezi kuja. Na hata si ati yeye ashaipigwa, but ashai deal na wase wengi. So I want you to give your final remarks as we wind up this part of the show.
Thank you so much, our viewers. Thank you so much, Mr. Tarrant, for bringing me on board. This one is a great topic that needs discussions to progress, even to greater heights, so that we are able to explore more, and we are able to educate the community on the areas probably which they could not be well conversant with. And so I am really thankful that I've gotten that chance even to talk about those things, which is truly my passion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, tutakuita. We are going to give you a full show.
Thank you.
Next time we are going to come up, you tell us more, and maybe some experiences that you have had, so that the passionate guys outside there can come on board and do this job. So we're going for a short break. Keep tuning.